Hi, everyone. This is a part of my All Sorts of Solutions series, which includes creative techniques and methods to handle custom sorting for reporting. This session is focused on a technique for handling some of the variable factors that may be presented while working with some types of charts and the default handling of dates within those charts. In this case, I will cover a technique applied for a scatter plot visualization in Power BI. I have helped coworkers with these types of solutions, and upon performing a quick search for relevant instances, I had actually found that this actually seems to be a very common inquiry across forums. So many others have been looking for solutions to similar occurrences and use cases. As a demonstration for this example, in my opportunity pipeline report, I have a legend based on category applied to a top deals probability bubble chart or formatted scatter plot in Power BI. After adding the legend, in order to add the category distinction and to aggregate the points across the categories as needed, the dates on the axis had suddenly stopped aligning to the actual chronological order. So if we browse some of the dates across the x-axis here, we can see that the dates go from 25, 26, 27, and then later, further down across the x-axis, back to 25 after the year 2028. So of course, this is no longer aligning with the actual chronological order. As a solution, I created an index value that aligns with a proper date order. In this case, I actually initially assigned the values in Excel. In this worksheet, I have the fiscal years and periods along with their respective start dates and end dates. So I first sorted the worksheet by the start dates so that I could then easily add the index values for the sequence aligning with those start dates. Next, I added formatted year period values enclosed within double quotes. And then I added another formatted column for formatted year period for the function. And I'll show you why I had added this field in a bit. So this combines the formatted year period along with the formatted index value. After I had this in place, I had then been able to incorporate those values within a switch function in Power BI. So as we can see here, I have this projected close date sort index, which includes the switch function based on the year periods, and then those values that had been formatted and assigned within Excel initially. So I had been able to then easily copy over those values. It would have been much more time consuming and tedious to type out all of these case values in this function. So after I had this function in place, I then added it to the x-axis within the bubble chart. Afterwards, I had been able to then validate that all of the dates had actually been following the sequence needed. So also, of course, this meant that the opportunities had then properly followed along that proper chronological order as needed. I didn't want to display the index sort values across the x-axis, so I applied formatting and settings to hide those index sort dates across the x-axis and added a earliest projected close date value as a reference point, as well as a latest projected close date as a reference point. By the way, those also updates dynamically as the projected close date selection filters change. So, this had been a solution that worked in this case and that also can be applied to similar cases, incorporating dates across the x axis within various chart types within Power BI, namely scatter plots and other chart types that can be based on a time series. In addition to my team members, perhaps others will also find this technique helpful for their use cases. And if you are interested in checking out my opportunity pipeline report in Power BI, find the link I have added in the comments to the report. And as always, feel free to share inquiries or feedback. Thank you.